Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Thursday, April 25th, 2024, and there's a lot going on in Las Vegas, Anthony. You know I'm a fan of this first one.
Well, yeah, cannabis consumption.
Cannabis consumption, baby.
Right.
In Las Vegas.
Well, you know, we've waited for, what, years, you know, for this. I mean, first it was cannabis was legalized, the sale, but you couldn't smoke it anywhere.
In 2017.
Yeah. And I mean, so it's been that long. Everybody's waiting, you know, for it to happen. And we had the new Woo, which was a cannabis consumption lounge, but that was on tribal land. So we've had the first one called Smoke and Mirrors at the Thrive Dispensary, and now a second one called Dazed at Planet 13.
Cool.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah, I like all the names, right? Smoke and Mirrors, Dazed. The one at the Paiute tribe is Sky High.
Okay.
The Sky High Lounge, right?
Nice.
So, you know, we have the book that came out by Chris Kudialis called Weed and Loathing in Las Vegas.
That's right. Okay.
And he went and did a review for us of Smoke and Mirrors. And, you know, it's kind of funny because it's like a bar, but they can't serve alcohol.
Okay, so what do they serve?
Well, I mean, you can smoke there, and you can have the edibles, and they serve the, you know, cannabis-infused
drinks,
cocktails.
Awesome.
You know, so I guess that's, you know, I don't know. I don't know if you can taste it. I don't think so. I mean,
I don't know, but I would say don't drink too much and fall asleep.
Yeah, probably not. So it's pretty pricey. I mean, you know, $19 to $30 a cocktail.
Wow.
So, yeah, you're probably not going to drink 4 or 5 of them. Right?
Well, you hope to get a buzz from one. You hope to catch the buzz, just have one, maybe two?
I reckon. You know, I mean, these are both. There's going to be more. You know, there's been something like 15 or 17 of them have gotten licensed.
All right.
These are 2 of the biggest ones in Vegas. They're both in the same area, about, you know, less than a mile west of the Strip. Pretty close to the office, actually, here. So,
well, that's good news for me. So I will go try the cocktail and see what it's like.
Yeah, do it before a show. Do it before a Beer Friday.
Yeah. Well, I know you're not going to do it, so I got to go do it. I got to take one for the team, as they say.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to observe.
Okay.
I'm just going to observe.
You drive, I'll drink.
Sounds good.
All right. So who likes fireworks in Las Vegas?
Pretty much everybody, but you and I.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the fireworks because I don't like the way they smell.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't get it really.
Yeah.
But people love fireworks, man.
Yeah, and they upset the dogs, and I don't like that either.
Well, the Plaza is going to be doing a fireworks show. You know, during the summer on Fridays, and you know, like when we talk about New Year's Eve or we talk about 4th of July.
Right.
The Plaza always does their own show. So they're going to take it a step farther. And on Fridays, starting May 24th.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, at 9:15 in the evening, they're going to do a fireworks show every Friday until the end of August.
Now, I imagine this is going to get into those free shows over the summer where they have big stars come and play in Fremont Street.
Yeah, I suppose. You know, it's just all part of the downtown thing, you know, that they're doing. They said several minutes. The shows will be several minutes.
Okay.
So, hey, you know, I think it's cool. Somebody thinking of something new to do. You know, we'll give our usual advice when it starts. If you want to watch the fireworks, look up.
Yeah, go to Fremont Street. Look up. But the Plaza's a great place. You know, if you got the coupon book, they got the pop-up pizza. I think that's some of the best pizza in Vegas at the Plaza.
Yeah,
also,
love the Plaza. I mean, you know, Plaza's worked with LVA for years.
Yeah,
and really, it's one of the best, if not the best, group of coupons in the book this year.
And in addition to that, if you've never been to the Plaza and you're just visiting, go get a player's card because I think you get free play there as well.
Yeah, Plaza's a good thing. Get on their list. It's a good place to go.
All right, so I think a few episodes ago we were talking about impressionists in town, and we had mentioned Later Fator.
Terry Fator, yeah.
Yeah, Anthony had said Later Fator, talking about Terry Fator leaving.
Right. He was after all these like 15 years on the Strip.
Yeah.
He was like a decade or so at the Mirage, and then he went to New York, and then he took off. So we said Later Fator and everyone like that.
Right. But now, what was announced, Anthony?
Well, he's landed.
Okay.
All right. So the Fator has landed.
That's right.
He was, you know, this guy, Terry Fator, terrific. You know, he won America's Got Talent, you know, 15 years ago or something like that, year 2, I guess it was. He's going to be at the Strat.
Yeah.
And starting, here we go with the Strat again. They're really big on their shows,
Yep. Absolutely.
He'll be starting May 23rd, the day before the fireworks.
Okay, cool.
At the Plaza. And what's interesting about this, it's going to be a 5 p.m. show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, early. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there have been a lot of afternoon shows in Vegas, but they usually run at like 3 or 4. I don't remember a 5 p.m. show.
Okay, interesting.
So it gives you another option for a dinner and a show. Go see a show early at 5, and then go to dinner by 7:30 or 8.
Top of the world.
So yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely cool. I just also want to say, I think Terry Fator, when he won America's Got Talent, like he did it in a very memorable way. He was just, I thought he was so fantastic.
He's good. I mean, he's a ventriloquist. He's an impressionist. He's a comic. He sings. This guy's very, very talented. I've seen his show a few times. And they're talking about a $59 price tag.
Oh, that's great to see Terry Fator. That's a good deal. All right, we're still a little ways away from football season, but we do have a quickie announcement. Tell us a little bit about footballcontest.com.
Yes, footballcontest.com. They do, they're a proxy service, and we talk about this every year. And we actually recommended them last year, but this year we're going full force behind them. They've just been the best, and these are the people that if you want to play, people go, well, how do I play the contest if I don't live in Vegas and I don't have a friend here to put my picks in?
That's right.
You got to hire a proxy service.
Okay.
And they do big business, and they do it well. And we made a deal with them. So anybody who's thinking of doing a proxy service, don't rush into it. Take a look at this deal at LasVegasAdvisor.com. You get $50 off.
Okay.
All right. And these things start as low as $99 for an entry.
Okay.
So I think it's for the Survivor. If you want to play one Survivor, they'll charge you $99 to put your picks in which they have to do. You can't do it if you're not in the state. It's not legal.
Right.
All right. So, you can get in for as low as $49 on the proxy service with this deal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we'll remind you again as we get closer to football season. But, the football draft is taking place today, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so, we're starting to rev up towards football. Those of you who want a proxy, save $50 here.
All right. So you heard it here. Also, this applies to the Westgate game.
Yes.
The Westgate
both Circle and
contest.
Westgate, if you want to enter those contests.
Okay. All right. And this is kind of funny. There was a comment last week saying, Andrew, stop wearing hats. But you know what? I can't stop wearing hats because this is a very special hat. It comes from the Noah Wood Grill and Sushi Bar.
Yes. And now here's what we're doing here.
Yes.
I have a hat too.
Yes.
Look,
all right. Cheers.
Maybe the only time you ever see me wearing a hat
Hey.
on this show, right? And
go.
this was the group we talked about that wanted to meet at Downtown Grand.
Right.
And they did the shrimp cocktail special, right? The LVA, they were in Vegas, they did the LVA special. And I said, well, we're going to, name check your bar. And I think it got edited out. So this was these guys who did the 99-cent shrimp cocktail from Warsaw, Indiana, a little west of Fort Wayne. And it's called the Noah Wood Grill and Sushi Bar.
Okay.
We got hats here. These perks are getting pretty good for doing the show. A guy came in today and dropped off a 6-pack of Heineken.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
okay.
No reason for it. I said, what for? He goes, I like the show.
I know it's what you like to drink.
Yep. He goes, I like the show. He
All
goes,
right.
and so here's a 6-pack. Goes, put it in the fridge.
Cheers.
Right? Put it in the fridge. We're there.
All right. So that was last week's question of the week. Now we're into this week's question of the week. And this is an interesting one. But you're going to have to follow along. In our last week Jackpot of the Week, Dennis Conrad hit a jackpot for about $26,000, and we posted it. The question of the week this week is, if Dennis's machine was only at 99.4 with the Royal Flush at 10,000 over its starting point, what was it playing at when the Royal was reset to 16,000? Okay, that's part one. I thought for sure when the Royal hit that high, it would be playing positive. If I'm looking at it right, the Royal equivalently as high on a normal 5-coin $1 denom machine would be at 6,500-ish because he's dividing it by 4,
right,
which is very hard to find.
Yeah. Okay, so he wants to know. He said, okay, he's just saying he's surprised. And he says, he's saying, am I right saying that this is the equivalent, a $26,000 Royal when you're playing $20? Is that the equivalent of a $6,500 Royal when you're playing $5?
Correct.
Right? So $1, 5
denom.
coins.
Right.
Right? Yeah, all these different terminology here.
Yeah.
And yes, he's thinking about it correctly. That is correct. So you have to divide it by 4 because you're playing 20 coins instead of 5 coins.
Correct.
All right. So the 6,500 is the same. If he were to find that 6,500 on that same 7-5 bonus poker game, it would be the same return, 99.4%.
Right. Still not quite positive.
Right. So they are equivalent. In order for Dennis's game to have been at break even, it would have had to be a little bit over 30,000.
Right.
Okay. So he's looking at it the right way. And he says, what would it be then at 16,000 playing 20 coins? Well, you do the same thing. You divide the 16,000 by 4. So it would be a 5-coiner. It would be 4,000, which is exactly what it always is.
Exactly. That makes sense.
Right?
I hope that makes sense at home because it took me a minute to understand.
Okay, so you're at reset, and you have a 7-5 bonus poker game with a 4,000 coin royal. So it's exactly what the standard game is, 98.01%.
That's right. And
that's
Dennis
where it was at reset.
Dennis is playing 20 coins.
Yeah.
So 16,000 reset.
Yeah, a little bit complicated, but to answer his question, at reset at 16,000, it was 98.01%.
Okay. I hope that answers the question. So I guess what you're saying also is if it was a single line, it would have to be above probably 7,500 to be in the positive.
It would if it was a dollar game playing five coins. All right, so there's a little bit of gymnastics, right? There's a little bit of gymnastics you have to do to figure these things out.
Yeah.
But that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of fun learning it, so I hope you guys are having fun learning this stuff too. And in this week's Jackpot of the Week, it comes to us from Kirk B. And he says, I live in Ohio, and I recently took a trip to Windsor, Ontario to visit the Caesars Hotel there. It's about a 3-hour drive from where I live, and I always loved the casino. I usually visit a couple times a year to help maintain my Caesars reward status. I know the feeling. While I was there, I decided to get a drink and hit one of the bars and play some video poker. I've always been loyal to double-double bonus, but a friend told me to try triple-double instead. I heard your voices in my head saying that wasn't wise, but I went ahead and gave it a shot. I held one ace, and the draw came that almost knocked me off my bar stool. 4 threes with the ace kicker. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe the good luck. What are your thoughts on these variations of the game? I like double-double versus triple-double.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good question. Good jackpot.
Yeah, incredible. $2,000.
$2,000, right? Pretty cool to see hold the ace, root for aces, and see the threes come up, right?
Unbelievable. Yeah, so cool.
So for starters, he's playing 9-5 triple-double bonus, 97.02%. That's only a 97% game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. On both games, 2 pair pay only 1 coin.
That's right.
Right? But on this game, 3 of a kind pays only 2 instead of 3.
That's right.
All right, so what you have in these situations when you ask, what's our feeling about it? We've talked about this before when he said he heard our voices, saying don't do it. Because we're saying there's more variance involved. And, it will eat your money very, very quickly. But, that's the trade-off is the bigger jackpots.
That's right.
And we've talked about that before. So it comes down to what do you want? Do you want to, play for that excitement and hopefully hit that big jackpot, or do you want your money to last longer? And the higher variance that you play, when you go from regular bonus poker to double bonus, and then double bonus to double-double, and double-double to triple-double, you're going, apart on that. Your jackpots are getting higher, and your money eating is also getting higher, but, they're separating like this. So it really boils down to what do you want? What makes you feel good?
Yeah. I would agree. I would say everything that you said, because that's kind of what you taught me and what I've seen through my video poker experience too. I always switch off between the two. I like triple-double because of the thrill, and I like double-double because you do get that 15 credits for trips, and that comes in handy to keep your bankroll.
Well, a lot of it has to do with bankroll. If you've only got a set amount of money to play, then you want to play the games with the lower variance, and you want to play the boring games, right? Games like bonus poker or games like jacks are better. Very boring. Well, boring that you can only get so much, but your money will last longer that way.
Because 2 pair pays 10 credits.
Yeah. Now, if let's say you've got a big bankroll, or you're assuming, you're playing quarters or you're playing dollars, and you go, look, essentially my bankroll's unlimited. I can play as long as it takes. I can afford the loss or whatever. Now, honestly, it comes down to again, what do you like? Do you really want to chase those big jackpots? But for me, the deciding factor is always the EV. It's always the game that pays the highest.
Right.
And I mean, I will always do that under any. I don't worry about variance when I find a really good promotion or a jackpot that's high. I just go, I want the one that has the best return over time, because I'm going to play this to its, to try to get that highest return. Okay, so let's look at the EV. His 9-5 triple double returns 97.02%. But if he played 9-5 double double, it's 97.87.
Oh, interesting.
So you go from 97.02 to 97.87, and that's significant.
Sure.
So I would be, in this case, I'd be playing the double double if given the choice of the two.
That's it for this week. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you next week.